Hi guys, back with another episode. Not really. I just wanted to talk to you guys about things to consider and sales platforms to consider before you start your business. I've tried Shopify. I know that Shopify costs around 25 to 29 pounds a month. I know a lot of people love Shopify, but I was on that like basic package and I didn't really get the things that other people were getting, like the analytics and seeing when people, well, I could see when people come online, visit my story most. I could see how many people visit. I could see like times they visit, but it was no different if I like the information that I was getting from my Google ads. Um, I hope the TV is not too loud for you guys and you can hear me. But yes, I think you can because I do speak quite loudly. So the other one I had heard about was Big Cartel. Now I know Big Cartel do a package where you could .bigcartel.com, your store name .bigcartel.com, and that costs like £8 a month. I know there's Squarespace. I think Squarespace costs around the same price as Shopify, which is around 25 to 29 pounds a month. There's also WordPress. I think WordPress is a little bit cheaper. I think they always do deals with WordPress, like you get like these discounts and then you could save this much for the year or whatever. I think when I just wrote a blog for fun, like I just did the free one, so it had .wordpress.com, that was free. I know you can hyperlink things, so I guess like for example, if you were selling on eBay or Amazon, you could write an article and then hyperlink your products into the article so that when they click on it, they go straight to your eBay or Amazon shop. So that's a smart way to do it, and you don't have to spend a dime. Or I think you can buy the domain, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's £11 a year. So you guys can comment and see if it's wrong or it's right. I know there's Wix. Wix, I think, is around the same price. They're all roughly between 25 to 30 pounds. I would say don't rush into it. Test your market first. Start with Instagram and market it like that with Facebook and whatnot. I know people are trying like different methods. So they use like a PayPal me system, like DM me for your orders and then DM me your address, and then I'll send you a PayPal link, and then you could I'll ship out the orders after the payment has been confirmed. So that's one way. Another way someone mentioned to me was Etsy. So I just wanted to try Etsy because it seemed like another cheap option. So she was just like, oh yeah, they only charge like 20p per sale or something like that. So I'm gonna read out some figures now of this Etsy shop that I set up just to test out the market and to kind of like be knowledgeable. I just like to try things, to be honest, and know for myself rather than taking people's opinions. So I listed one item that costs £11. Another thing with Etsy though that I had done that I made an error that I don't want anyone else to make an error. So you are allowed to make shipping profiles. Sorry. So I just made one normal shipping profile, and the item that I put on, someone from America bought it. Luckily, it was kind of like weightless, so the packaging wasn't too heavy. It fit into a large letter envelope, and I bought like 9 large letter envelopes from the pound shop or something for £1. But the postage cost me about £3.44, where a large letter normally costs you about like 88p or £1.30 depending on the weight. I know sometimes I cheekily ship my t-shirts in large letters instead of in packages, and when you ship them in large letters they cost £1.40. If you ship them in a package they cost £3.10 or £3.70 or something. Bargain hunter, honey. You know I like to save my coin. I don't like to give it away. So anyway, going back to my Etsy shop. So this is just reading out the exact figure. So I put something on there for £11, and they immediately took 16p. So they've labeled it as USD 20 US, and then they put VAT on top of that, which came to 3p. So I was thinking in my head, okay, I wonder if they've calculated that VAT based on the price that I've put on, like the price of the item that I've put on Etsy. So I put on something that was cheaper, like much cheaper, only for like £2 or something, and it was the same thing. So they took immediately as I listed it, they took 16p for listing, and then VAT 3p, so 16p being the 20 US. So then I listed something else, and then what I did, which was bad, but I didn't know what I was doing. I had done something editing up into the listing, and then I ended up relisting it, so it was an auto renew fee or something like that, and then they charged me another 19p, so 16p ID, 20 US, and 20p US, 20 cents US, and then 3p for the VAT. Now I sold one of the cheaper items, and one of the £2 items, and as soon as it sold, they took 10p from me. So they took 10p, and then they took 5p for a VAT processing fee, and then 2p for a transaction fee, like transaction VAT fee. So all in all, I lost like 17p on a £2 item. So they're showing me here that I'm gonna get paid in my payout £1.72, which actually doesn't make sense. 19, it should be 181. Anyway, this is just to talk about what's happening. So, or maybe they took VAT from the other things. No, but it still doesn't add up, because that's like 9p outstanding. We'll get into that another time. So lo and behold, talking about not doing my shipping profile and the person from America buying my item, luckily it wasn't something big, so I didn't lose too much money on it, and this wasn't like to gain much profit. It's just kind of to test the ropes for my shop. So I sold the item that was £11. I did notice that Etsy charged them a VAT, so I put the item for £11, but they ended up buying it for £12 and 5p. So I don't really like that. I don't like when you list something as a price and then it just marks up. Like, I hate to pay extra money. Like, I'm one of those type of people, like, you know, when you finally decide what you want from an online store, you put it in your basket, and then you're like dreading the cost of shipping, because it could definitely terminate the sale. It could be the deciding factor between whether you're gonna have these items or not. So I hate that. And then after you put in, like, you've taken the time to decide the items, you put in all your information, and then bam, £5 shipping. It's like, no, cancel, just close webpage immediately. Like, go on eBay, find it for cheaper, the end. Anyway, so that item that I sold for £11, immediately they took a transaction cost of 55p. So before, with the £2 one, the transaction cost was 10p. So I don't know how much percent that works out to. Is that 1%? 1 over 100 times 2. 2 over 100. No, okay, wait, let's not do that math. Let's not embarrass ourselves. No, because that'll be like 0.02p. It's more than 1%, I guess, yeah. Anyway, so the £11 item that I put up, let's stay to the script. 55p transaction fee was taken. 13p processing fee was taken, and then 11p a VAT transaction fee was taken. So I lost about 55, 65, 66, 76, 79p. So in the end, and again, this doesn't add up. They're telling me I lost 79p, but then £11 minus 79p should be 1021. I'm gonna show you guys here now. You can't see. Oh, it's saying 1032. I don't want to show the person's address. I'm trying to just like zoom in. Wait, you see 55p there, 1032, 13p, and then 11p. So that's the VAT of the transaction. That's the transaction fee. And this, I guess, is the selling fee or something. And this was the item before that I was talking about. So they took 2p, 5p. They paid me 172. And then there was also another 10p. So I don't understand exactly how they work it out. But what you have to understand with Etsy is it's cheap to list, but it's kind of like eBay. They're going to take money from you every sale that you make. I think eBay actually takes more, if I'm honest. But I don't test low price items like this on eBay. It's usually a lot higher. So they're going to take money from you 3 times. A VAT transaction money quantity, a VAT processing fee quantity, and a transaction, just normal transaction fee from you. So those are important things to consider. So you have Squarespace, Wix, Spotify, Shopify, Squarespace, Wix, Shopify, WordPress, Big Cartel. I would say as well, like just other important tips to note. If you are using a at WordPress or at Big Cartel, it's usually like hard to digest. So it kind of looks, I guess, unprofessional. It looks like your store is, I guess, now starting up or it's cheaper. So it's good to go on the bit.ly and get your link like shrunken down. So you could get a shortened link and then you could put that in your bio in your Instagram or your Facebook or whatever on it. Or even in like sharing it to WhatsApp groups or whatever. Because if I got a message that was like way long, I wouldn't really click on it. But if it was a short, small link, I would click on it. I would kind of be apprehensive a little bit, thinking like, is this spam? Because, you know, shorter links do look like spam a lot of the time. But it just looks better. Definitely would say set up your own email address for your store. Because trying to do personal and email at the same time, like personal and business email in the same thing, it does make sense. I would definitely say get a different account so you are not spending the business money, and then you could like put your profit back into the business and then grow the business. If I think of any more hints, tips and tricks, I'll let you guys know. But definitely I think 2020, like a lot of people are doing the whole entrepreneur thing, so I just wanted to give it a try, and it's been good so far. Like I would have never guessed that something I just willy-nilly put on Etsy would have sold in America. And I still did make profit even though I had to spend £2 more on postage. It just kind of ate into my profit, but that was all. Yeah, just I guess be mindful of your coin and where you spend, and definitely double guess your purchases. And that's it for now. Peace, love, and level up.